let's talk about how you will never be lost again in an apartment complex. Hey everybody, my name is Jacob, and in my videos on my channel, I teach people ways where you can make more money with DoorDash. So let's get into the video. How can you never get lost in an apartment complex ever again? Well, I know for me personally, when I first started doing DoorDash back in 2017, I would frequently take orders that were going to apartment complexes, and I would just get lost all the time. I would never know where I was going, and I would just try to look at the map at the front of the complex. But even after looking at the map, I would still be confused if they even had a map. Some of the complexes I went to didn't even have one, and I would just have to go in blindly and try to count building numbers and apartment numbers until eventually I found it, maybe after like 5 or 10 minutes. There is this app that I have downloaded that has taken me from only accepting orders that go to houses to being completely fine with taking orders that go to apartment complexes. I know that might be shocking for some of you because you try to avoid apartment complexes at all costs, but I'm telling you, it's time to stop being scared of them, and I'm about to tell you why. So this app I've been talking about is called Beans, and it's a great app that you can get. I believe that you can download it on Android and iOS, and you can use this app to locate apartments within apartment complexes, and it will show you the exact building that the order is going to, and even more so, it shows where the unit is within that building so that you will not get lost. I think this app also works for houses, but I think houses are easy to find when you just use Google Maps or Apple Maps. So I don't even need really use another app to try to find a house, but this is great for finding apartment complexes. So I'm about to go into the app right now on my phone, and I'm about to kind of go through some of the things that I use this app for. So right here, the main feature that I use is locating the apartment complex on the map. So what I do is I go in and I look at the map. You can enter the address into your phone, and you're going to get that right from the DoorDash app. You can't really copy an address from the DoorDash app, but you can just type it in while you're maybe at the restaurant or at a red light. Type in the address and the unit number, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go in, and it's once you hit enter, it'll go directly to that apartment complex and the unit number that you selected, and it'll show you exactly where that unit is. And you can even go on the map and you can click on an apartment from there. So you could just, if you know the location, but you don't know the exact address, maybe you're not looking at the address at this moment, and you know the location it's going to, then you can zoom in on the map, and then you can press down, and then you can enter the unit number from there, I believe. And so this is extremely helpful because you no longer get lost. You go from your maybe 5 minutes of finding a unit number to going to finding the exact location of that unit number in seconds. So maybe if you get 4 apartment complex orders, then that will save you probably a collective 20 minutes. I'm trying not to exaggerate, but it saves you a lot of time. So I'd really recommend using that feature of the app. But there's also other features too. You can even track your mileage when you go on the Beans app. I use a different app for tracking my mileage, so I've never actually tried out this feature, but I know that other people do use it, and I haven't heard anything negative, so I'm assuming that it's good. I use a different app for mileage tracking, so I wouldn't be an expert on that. But there's other features too. It shows you where you can park and where to enter the building. So, you go from having no clue to where the apartment is to using this app, and you can find the unit number, and it even shows you where free parking is. Because usually in an apartment complex, you are trying to find any spot that is open, but unfortunately, most of them is covered parking. Maybe some of you have experienced that, but you're not supposed to park in covered parking because that's for the residents. So, but it shows you exactly where you can park for free in an uncovered spot, and it's not reserved spot. And it'll show you where to enter the building. And so you don't have to guess maybe if it's on like the north side or the south side. You can just go to where it shows you on the map, and so you don't have to guess on that either. Another thing is it also shows you the crime rate and the tipping level. So I think this is funny. I don't actually use this too much, but because I kind of know my area pretty well, but it will show you if there's a low, medium, or high crime rate in that area. And then it'll also show you from like what you might expect. So if DoorDash is like hiding a tip from you, you won't really know that up front if they are hiding a tip, but you can go in on the Beans app and see like, oh, is this an area that typically tips pretty well? I think I almost always see like it's a mid-level tipping area, but I mean, I think it's still useful. And then you can also add notes on the location. So you can add a note and say like, no, enter through the north side of the building. This was an easy drop off. So just like put that really quick. And then if you ever go back to that area, you can look back on your note. I think it saves your note for the next time that you ever go back there. So this is going to be great for like full-time dashers. And so if you go back to a place twice, you can, see exactly what you put in, so you know where to go. You can also turn on satellite mode. That's a pretty cool feature. So like in this one that I've pulled up, okay, well, I'm clearly not going to like the west side of this building. I'm going to the east side. And then this is pretty interesting. I think this might be my new favorite feature. I just kind of recently discovered it, and I kind of like it. I haven't used this a ton, as you can see, but it says that you can do a proof of delivery. And so this is great for people who have gotten contract violations in the past or are scared to get contract violations in the future. So basically all of us. And you can take a picture of that delivery and at that address on the Beans app and say like, I took a picture of this food bag that I left at their doorstep or whatever, and I took it at this address, and it shows right there. And so you can use this if you ever end up getting a contract violation in the future, and you can go in and you can look at the Beans app and say, oh, I actually did make that delivery, and you can submit that to DoorDash as proof that you actually delivered it. I think that's really nice. I haven't got a contract violation yet, but I'm kind of fearful that I might get one at some point because there are customers that do lie about receiving orders. And so it is nice to have proof on your phone that you actually did deliver it. And yeah, I love this app. I use this every time that I'm out here working for DoorDash. I use it every single time that I go to an apartment complex or a condo. And so because I don't ever want to be lost again. I just remember the times that I didn't have this app and I was going in blindly. And man, I am so grateful that there's an app like this. And I really hope it works out for you. I know it's probably not in every area, but every single time that I pull up an apartment complex, it shows the unit number and the exact location. And I just love it so much. And I am grateful for it. And so if you want to check it out yourself, go for it. It's a free app, and I recommend it completely. So yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys found this helpful in any way, please like this video and subscribe for more DoorDash content, and I'll keep posting, trying to find ways where you can earn more money with DoorDash. Thank you guys. See you later.